everybody, to the Drop Dad podcast. I am one half of your hosting team, Troy Green, along here with my other host, Kevin Peterson. And you can see today we have a guest.
Hi, everyone.
This is a good friend of ours. His name's Trent Sobeck.
So, yeah, you're supposed to introduce me. I don't introduce myself.
Well,
I'm the guest.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your professional history, what you do for a living. Are you okay with doing a drug test?
I guess if I have to. I don't know what drugs do I have to take to pass.
All of them.
Okay, we should be okay then.
I heard you guys just went and saw Cocaine Bear.
We did see Cocaine Bear.
Yep.
And how was that?
I know where there's a bunch of cocaine in Tennessee if you guys want to go get it.
We're going to go on the road. We're going to go on the road tonight. We're making a trip. Call the old ladies. Let them know we're making a trip to Tennessee.
Yep. The Chattahoochee Forest.
Well, we have Allegiant flights that are straight to Nashville.
Fortunately, I have to build the dresser tonight, though, so I can't go tonight.
Just need a bag of trowels and some bear mace.
So I heard a story about that bear that it I don't know if this is in the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet, but that when they found the bear, they killed it, they stuffed it, and then it was stolen and ended up with some famous person. I can't remember who the famous person was, but it ended up like in their trophy room.
Now it's back at a ranger station there or something. It's on display now.
Yeah, I don't think they killed it. I think the cocaine killed it.
Oh yeah, the drugs killed it.
Because it was just, I don't know, it just died of an exploded heart or something. So
I mean, if there's one way to go, it's probably going out from a massive cocaine overdose.
Well, you hear about like moose. Whenever moose eat too many apples, they get drunk. And there was a moose that he ate way too many apples. They fermented in his stomach. He got wasted from it because he ate like a tree's worth of apples. And then he got stuck in a tree because like his front legs and his back legs were wedged in like a tree like that. And so they were like, oh, yeah, we got to go get this drunk moose out of this tree.
Was it trying to climb the tree? How did it get its legs
Well, it was all fucked up, and then it went and ran into a tree and was like, oh, God, what am I doing? And then it was stuck.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
Well, speaking of getting drunk, we do have the beer of the week this week. Yep. This one's from the Kettle House Brewing Company in Missoula, Montana. It's Colt Smoke. And I guess let's crack open our beers, gents. Trent, you can...
And this is Troy's pick. Troy has the...
This was my pick this week.
Beer.
Did you shake mine before I came?
I did shake yours.
That would be.
And I've heard they're really good with a scoop of ice cream. You want a scoop of ice cream for yours?
Do you have ice cream?
No, I don't have ice cream.
I had
It was in your rider, though.
I have had...
I told you my rider was 100 shrimps. I haven't seen one of them yet.
room temperature shrimp. I once had a chai beer with chai ice cream floated in it.
Really?
It was good. Ice cream in there. So
I don't know if I'd like chai ice cream. I don't even like chai tea, though.
Oh, well, you have to like chai first. Yeah.
Might be the least masculine thing I've ever heard Kevin say.
How dare you?
Are you sure?
No, I'm really not.
Are you sure?
No, there's plenty of unmasculine things. Because I'm not afraid to let you know that, yeah, I love watching Paddington 2 and 1. I will sit and watch RuPaul's Drag Race with my wife and be like, well, she ain't got it. I can tell you that right now.
I made this joke in our chat the other day. So a couple episodes back, we were talking about the Kardashians and how that was like a guilty pleasure of mine that I would watch the Kardashians. My wife fucking called me out. And so I made the joke that I was watching Oh, no, it was when I was going to make a character that was a drag queen.
And I very seriously was like, well, you got to do the research. You got to put in the time and the effort because you don't want to just go in there half-cocked. So,
well, I think they all have cocks.
Yeah. Do you know that for many hours they have to tape? They have to tape it all back. And so they can't go to the bathroom. They got to like dehydrate and stuff.
Oh, that just...
I mean, I knew about the taping, but I guess I never thought about the bathroom.
Yeah, like what are you going to do? Yeah, especially if you're on the show, you got to be there for what, 5 hours or something like that? You can't pee. You
Do
got
they
to be
cath themselves?
You would almost have to.
I don't know.
But where are you going to hide it in your boobs?
We gotta get a real drag queen on here.
Well,
to
I
be
mean,
like, what are you going to do?
If you just did like the catheter line and had it clamped off and also taped up back there, then you just have to have a friend in the bathroom unclip your line. And
I mean, I am not that committed to dressing like a woman.
I'm telling. That's why I said you got Got to do the work.
Gotta do the research. So,
And there's
I
a
have
hierarchy to drag. We should have a drag episode. I know more about drag from the last year than I ever did 10 years of the rest of my life before that.
That's insane.
It's very interesting. It's fascinating.
So, those wild tangents that this group of individuals is going to have a real tough time staying
Promise
on
myself
any
I wouldn't
topic.
get in any tangents this time.
And here we are talking about Drag Race. So we brought Trent here, and we're going to call this episode the new dad smell, because Trent is the newest dad of our group.
Man, that new dad smell is mostly just puke and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But you have the mustache to match.
Well, I mean, happy March Mustache Madness, everyone. These heathens apparently aren't celebrating, but I am.
You look more like your son than than you ever have before with that. Just sprinkle a little coffee grounds on his upper lip.
He has a binky with a mustache on it.
Oh, perfect.
Is it
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't like to use that one.
Oh, you should force it on him and then take a quick picture.
Going to for this month.
Yeah.
We actually have family pictures this month as well, which my girlfriend is super excited about.
I bet.
Now that I have a mustache.
bet she is.
She knows better, though.
She scheduled it, and she knew it was March.
She knows better.
This
She
is on you.
knows 100% that you're going mustache in March. You always have.
And since she's like a licensed hair cutter, she cut my hair and shaved me last night and was like, "Oh no, we have to keep the mustache, don't we?" And it's like, you chose this. You chose this time.
Maybe you won't notice if I shave him in his sleep.
Well, be thankful she didn't give you like the chaplain and been like, oops, I slipped, and you had to go like the whole month with like the chaplain / Hitler.
I kind of thought she was just going to do that just so she could shave it all off and be like, "Oops,
Yeah.
sorry."
Oops,
Fuck
I
it.
slipped.
Yeah. Right on. So new dad,
Year-old
a
dad.
year old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally in 6 days.
Man, that flew by.
Did. A kid's big too now.
He's very tall for his age.
Yeah.
It doesn't get it
Surpass
from
you.
me.
Because
Are we sure?
Because your lady friend is also, she's not super tall, right?
No, she's 5'5". I'm
Right.
5'6", so still waiting on the DNA test.
But he does look a lot like you, so maybe she just
I
found a
feel like-
taller version of you.
I think I just look like babies is the problem.
So,
Oh,
so we were
yeah,
having this
yeah.
conversation before you got here. We were talking about you behind your back, but we're going to talk
Else's
about it right
know.
now, so it's not behind your back. That you have like the best male resting bitch face,
Oh yeah, I'm just an angry-faced person.
and that is 100% your son too. He like you two make the same face when you're not entertained by something. So like I'll go up and say hi to him, and he'll be like,
Just deadpan.
"Oh, that's your dad."
Yeah.
I know, I'll smile at him and he'll be like, I'm impressed. Are you not entertained?
Do something funny, man.
We also have the same giggle if you put a light and rattle in my face, so that's fun.
Keys.
Do we have a light and
keys?
rattle? I want to see the giggle. So what? Trent was a persistent bachelor. I'm just gonna put your shit out there, and I can cut any of this out that you don't want me to talk about. So just you don't have final cut, but you
I
can
feel
cut
like
some shit.
if I say to cut something, you're gonna make sure that part stays in.
I would never do such a thing.
Trent used to subsist off of Hungry Man dinners, and you'd eat them over the sink.
No, but
Also not true.
He vomited on my porch once.
That was when we were. That
That's a
was
true
college
story.
days. That was back in. We were real wild and
comes up.
crazy.
I just threw up a bunch of Hungry Man corn all over you. I was like, don't worry about it. I'll spray it off later.
the point that I was getting to make is that there was a pretty significant lifestyle shift in the last 2 years of your life.
Yeah.
We were coaching hockey together and running around visiting gentlemen's clubs on multiple occasions
And matching outfits.
in matching outfits. Thought we were going to get shanked. We were in one gentleman's club where it was just us and another guy with a dog, and
Oh, it wasn't just a guy. It was a PTSD'd out veteran who was very angry that they wouldn't let his dog sit at the rail with him. Even though that dog was clearly not a service dog, it had no markings, was just running around crazy. If it was a service dog, I think it would just kind of hang out and be good.
The dog was really mangy. Like the guy was clean, like he didn't look like he was a homeless vet by any stretch, but the dog was really mangy. I think we should have bought the dog a lap dance.
We
Now,
probably could have.
hindsight being 2020, we should have bought the
I mean, that would have been, well, no, he did buy a lap dance after that because he went back.
and the dog.
They threw his dog out while he was in
Yeah.
back. And I said, boy, we are about to get shot. Let me go to the bathroom, and the bathroom had an inch of standing water in it. And then we left.
That's also no joke. That is the worst gentleman's club experience that I have ever had.
What was the dog's name? Did he say what the dog's name was?
I tried not to get too close to him.
Was he like Scrambles wants to see boobs too?
He never really said the dog's name, but it like there's a few times that I've been with Trent where I've legitimately been concerned about my safety. And that's probably one of the top 3.
I think we all have like Trent stories where we're like, could have died last night. I almost did. Pretty sure I died, and then they had to bring me back.
When have I almost killed you?
Well, I'm just saying you were a part of it. I'm not saying it was your fault, but there was a couple times. I mean, I always go back to my Halloween time where I was like, I probably should have died that night. Because Trent brought a very fancy bottle of booze, and I lost at a lot of drinking games, and I drank a lot of that booze, and I woke up and my eyes were bleeding the next morning.
Sounds like a you problem.
Well, yeah, but if you didn't bring that booze, I probably would have survived a little bit better.
I'm with Trent on this. You elected to take the drinks.
Oh no, I'm just saying Trent is nearby whenever you have regrets the next morning.
That I can stand by.
Trent was there. I think there's a pattern. I think he causes things to happen around him. There's a certain level of chaos when it comes to Trent. And that's why he's a good friend of ours. He's a best friend ever.
I would agree. Trent has taken me to a bar on a reservation that was not friendly to our kind, but now we're a part of the family. What else? There was one time that I was traveling with Trent to Missoula, and we were late for a game.
Not just a game; it was the state tournament.
State tournament, yeah. And it was like snowing, roads were icy, and I was so afraid. I'm just like, I want to sleep, so if I die, it hurts less. And Trent wakes me up when we get to Missoula, and I go, "How many times did we almost die?" He goes, "At least 3."
Couple sketchy corners on the interstate. But we got there in time for puck drop, so
We did get there in time for puck drop. So you've had a drastic change in your life. What has been the most impactful? What has been the thing that you feel is like the most cool or thing that you enjoy the most about being a dad now?
save a lot more money because I can't leave. That's nice.
That's usually the opposite. Usually you're like, I can't save a penny. I'm so broke because of children.
There's that
costs.
too. I guess I don't really save money. It goes to other things, but I could be much more broke if I was allowed to go out.
I mean, that's good perspective.
Not a bad. Yeah. Never really thought about it like that.
Look at you changing lives. Quote it. Put that shit on a t-shirt.
I could be more broke.
I can't get drunk every night, so
Anything you miss about them good old days?
Going out and spending all my money.
All of my money
Yeah.
on hookers
on
and blackjack.
strippers that steal his hat and
Like-
wear it for their entire set.
As long as I paid my rent for the month, I was fine. I could do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
I remember you used to go over to my brother's house, and John would be like, "Oh, help yourself to there's something in my fridge." And Trent was like, "Is this sandwich any good?" And be like, "Sure, you can." He goes, "Yeah, I just eat whenever I can." Because
I don't remember any of this.
it was years and years ago. Like I remember you were very broke at the time, but you were like, I've learned to eat whenever I can. Like I remember you saying
I think
something
you're
to that
confusing
effect.
me with Joe Jr.
No, it was you because you were like I need to because you were very, very broke at some point in your history or whatever, and you were like, oh yeah, it was like when you first moved back from college or when you were still at college or something like that. I don't remember, but you were eating a sandwich at John's house, and I just seem to remember you saying that.
I think you had some weird dreams on your booker that night on Halloween.
I don't know, maybe I don't know. I thought I seem to remember that happening. You were never broke and being like, I need to eat some cornbread.
Try to stay away from food in John's fridge because his children have touched it all.
He has definitely eaten a sandwich from John's fridge.
I don't
remember
think so.
that. I remember I have a specific, you know what?
We ate tater
No,
tots. That
controversy
was
on the
thing.
podcast. You guys fight. I need a good TikTok clip.
I'm gonna have a fucking video. I'm gonna find a video, and it's gonna be of Trent eating a sandwich and be like, you know what, guys? I'm having a rough life right now. And I'm like, ha! Suck it, Trent.
All you're gonna find is us drunkenly mixing sauces to put on tater tots.
That is a true story. We were coming up with a business idea for it was Three Beards tot sauce, and we would just come up with the most, sometimes the best, but sometimes most of the time the most foul mixtures of sauces you could combine. But a lot of times they were good. So just hot sauce, ranch, and ketchup mix or whatever, and we would just be like, that is quite good. We try the next one. I like yours, but
I'm getting hints of garden hose.
yeah.
It's one of my favorite memories of Trent is we used to go to the wine bar here in town quite frequently, and then we would try to describe the wine to each other, but in like the most how do you say it?
Sommelier.
Sommelier way.
Oh, yeah.
So Trent was drinking one. He's like, I'm tasting a hint of garden hose, and I don't know. That's always stuck with me.
The best is hot car leather, like after you sit in it after swimming in a dirty lake.
This
And you
this
can taste
aroma.
it right away too. Those of us that have drank out of a garden hose know that taste. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I can see
Nailed
that. Right on. So, do you have any advice for prospective new fathers that may be listening or watching our show?
I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out. Hand the baby off to her as much as you can. It makes your life a lot easier.
Pretend to sleep when the baby wakes up.
We contemplated doing a diaper off challenge where we all had babies that had fucking peanut butter smeared up their ass, and that we
Like
were all,
live babies?
No, like
yes,
like
all live babies, and then we're gonna have you bring your baby, and we were
do you
gonna
want to
do
donate a
what
baby?
not to do.
We have a drop box for babies.
I feel like there's a couple laws we got to get around to do that.
Got a couple loopholes. Maybe I have to go out of the country.
We'll use VPN when we upload this, so they don't know where we are.
No, brought to you by NordVPN.
This beer is not from Missoula, Montana.
shit. I remember my first experience with, I was at a baby shower because I've been to a couple now, and they had me they were like, oh, okay, you got to get the baby undressed, you got to change the diaper, then you got to put the diaper on, and then put the new set of clothes on. And there's a very funny picture of me with the baby dangling by its and it's balancing on its head, and I'm like, get out the fucking before I became a dad for the first time. So
Yeah, I do not miss the diaper days. I really don't. Diapers are fucking expensive.
yeah.
They really are. Really, with him, the diaper's not the worst part. It's he just doesn't like wearing pants right now. So
Just like his dad. I have a picture on my phone.
as soon as you get the pants down around his ankles, he just kicks and kicks and kicks, and then they come off, and you get the diaper on, and then he just keeps kicking and laughs at you while you try to put the pants on. Like catch the leg and get that on, and then try to catch the other one without him kicking that leg off. It's like a rodeo.
Do you have any parental success stories that you want to tell? So something where you were like, fuck yeah, I nailed that dad thing. You get those every now and then where you're like, you know what, I nailed that just now. 9 times out of 10, you're like, you know what, I feel like a failure and I should just jump off a bridge. But do you have any success stories that you've noticed, or are you just still like in that phase?
I mean, he's a really easy baby, so like take him out in public, and he's usually never cries or anything. Just hangs out, plays with a toy or something we give him. Really, there's I think one time he was with a hockey mom and started crying, and then she handed him back to me, and then he was just like, yeah, all right, I'm fine now. So I was like, oh, good.
Little victories. That's it.
He
right
likes
there.
me.
Yeah, it's all part of the dad experience is those little victories. Sure.
And then 3 seconds later, he started crying again. Time for mom, go.
Because I remember specifically when your girlfriend was pregnant, you said, not changing a single diaper. Never. Nope. You're doing it. And you guys would argue back and forth. Have you changed a single diaper?
I have changed many diapers.
Oh, see, I knew that was going to change. I was like, no, you're going to have to, dude. There's no way. Either that or you go for milk and you don't come back.
Milk and cigarettes.
Milk and cigarettes.
I remember. So we've obviously had kids much longer than Trent has, and Trent would text me and be like, "Hey, we're going out tonight. we're gonna go do karaoke, or we're gonna go do this, and I'd be like, man, I got the kids tonight. He's like, just put them in a cage and put some food down, they'll be fine. So, in front of the world, have you put Calvin in a cage?
I have not put him in a baby cage. Sadie Mae goes in her cage. I still think the idea sound.
Sprinkle a little food on the.
Yeah, he wouldn't just do that to you. He would do that to like everybody who had children. And it made me question what his parents did to him when as a child for him to think that that's okay. Like, yeah, just put out some water and some food for.
Give him a bowl of applesauce, one of those gerbil feeders of formula.
Give him a little exercise wheel to run in a circle.
He would always say that. And so now, next time I go out, which isn't very often, I'm going to text him that, like, hey. So I've texted him a couple times. I'm waiting for the time where he says, I can't go, I got the kid. And I'm going to be like, well, just put him in a cage.
Yeah, just
It'll be fine.
put a collar around him and put him outside.
Literally today, when you texted me to be here, I was like, I probably can't. And I tell her, like, hey, I'm doing this. And she's like, all right.
Super excited about
almost,
this.
Almost had to put him in the baby cage tonight.
We were just going to say, bring him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
could have sat right there. Could have been the other guest.
Maybe, yeah.
He might have been screaming through the whole thing, but
Yeah, that's part of being a dad, man.
it's going to be tough to get the mic levels on.
We'll figure it out.
Just have to cut out every minute.
So
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Wow.
have you been shit on yet?
Oh, yeah.
No, but I have been thrown up on 3 times in the last week.
Ooh,
Like a lot.
The puke goes away. The shit never stops.
No. So I the one story I have about shit is
I got like 3 or 4.
this one kills me every time. So you guys obviously know Jackson. Jackson is my boy. And he couldn't have been, I want to say like 4 or 5 months. And I had my legs on the bed up like this, and I had him laying on my bed, on my legs. And I was laying in bed watching TV. My ex-wife was doing something, whatever the hell she was doing, and I was tickling him, and he was laughing, and it made me laugh, which made him laugh harder, which made me laugh harder. And then he farted, and we both were dying. And then he shit, and it's just like I watched it. I still have the shorts too. It was my UND shorts, so like my favorite shorts. But I watched the shit just roll out of his diaper down my leg, and I started screaming, "Danny, Danny!" And she comes into my room, and she's thinking like the worst thing in the world has happened, right? Like I'm screaming bloody murder, and I'm like, "Take him, take him!" And she sees what's happening, and she starts laughing and is fucking rolling on the floor, not helping me at all. And I'm just holding Jackson as he's shitting all over me. Traumatized by that story.
I have at least 4 stories. I mean, I don't know if I should spread them out or if I should tell them all at once. But
spread them out. We're gonna talk about poop again, I'm sure. We'll have Trent back the first time that he shit on.
When my youngest was quite young, maybe 2-ish. No, she was like between 1 and 2, I think. It was bath time, right? Mm-hmm. And we were both very concerned about her lack of poop. So that's another thing where you're like, sometimes you're like, oh my God, she won't stop shitting or he won't stop shitting. And then you have to be concerned on the other side of it where, oh my God, they haven't shit for 2 days. Like, when do we go to the hospital, you know? Mm-hmm. And so it was bath time. We put her in the bath, and she was at that stage where she could move around. She wasn't like at a danger or anything like that. So we could put her in there, and like, you know, we would be in the room, and we'd be in the bathroom getting like clothes and towels ready and stuff like that. And she would just be splashing around and having a good time. And I remember I looked over at her, and the water's really low. And so she's on her stomach, and she's like, ah, yeah. And then I go and I open up a cabinet and I grab a towel or something like that. And then all of a sudden she's like, "Wah!" Like screaming, crying, right? And I look, and in the span of like maybe the time it takes me to grab a towel and then look back, she had rocket shit a giant log out into the bathtub, and it was floating in there with her. And I was like, Jazz, oh my God, it happened. It happened in the tub. And so I go and I get 2 of those like special movie theater cups that you can get from the theater. You know, the ones that have like Superman on them. You know, from like this when Superman was in the
Like
fucking
the
thing.
commemorative club.
Yeah,
The
the
commemorative.
commemorative ones. I go and I get two, and I'm like,
fuck
I
it.
don't know how else to get it out. I don't want to grab it with my hand. It's too big and weird. So I take 2 cups, and I'm just like, oh, and it falls, it splits in half. I'm like, God, fuck. And so I'm like, and then I go and I'm like, oh, and I run to the trash, and I just throw it in the trash. I didn't know what else to do.
You were in a bathroom. Why didn't you just put
No,
it in a
you're right.
toilet?
You're right. I don't know why I said the trash. I put the poop into the toilet. I flushed it and I was like, go down. And then I threw the cups in the trash. That's what I did because I was like, I'm never eating out of these again. Never drinking out of these fucking cups again. That's one of many poop stories. I'll save them for the rest of the show. But yeah, Jess was like, why did you pick cups? I'm like, because I wasn't grabbing that thing with my hands. Even with like toilet paper, it was floating.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't gonna drain the water and then have it go down the. I had a whole thing. I was in panic mode. It might as well have been like, somebody was having a heart attack because we were all just like, what do we do? What do we do? So, but yeah, that's a poop story.
I'm excited for the first time you get pooped on. It happens to all of us.
Not gonna happen.
So,
Cat-like reflexes.
new dad, 1 kid. Any potential for a second, or are you stopping at 1?
She wants one. We'll see where things go, but
Keep syringes away from her. She'll extract it out of you.
Right out of your ball sack. Just
seems like a weird kink.
It was a mosquito on your balls. I got it though. Don't worry.
Got it with this
you lost a
needle.
lot of blood though.
Was he like saving Silverman? He's like, don't ever let a woman near you. All she wants you for is your man juice. You're feeling lonely, use this. That was Arlie Ermy in that movie.
Yeah.
We've got enough expenses right now. We'll talk about a second one in a while, but not yet.
Anything you're looking forward to as a dad?
Hockey.
Yeah. So, you and I coached for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna get back in that arena when he's of age? Because you and I have talked pretty consistently that parents shouldn't coach their kids.
In the younger age levels, maybe, but yeah, once he's peewee,
You're
I
out.
want no part of it.
You're out. Jackson actually asked me to coach again. He's peewee right now.
Tell him no.
I was honest with him. I told him that if I'm going to coach your hockey team, that I'm not your dad at that point. I'm your hockey coach. And those are 2 different variations of me. Those are 2 separate people. They are not the same person. If you fuck up, I'm going to tell you fucked up. And it's not going to be just me going, hey, proud of you. Nice work out there. Well done. So
I think I probably have the record for getting kicked out of high school games as a coach. So I don't know if I could coach little kids hockey. It'd be too frustrating.
you may have the record, but I have the most severe.
Yeah. I mean, you got kicked out of 1 game, but you got a match and
1 game in our entire coaching career, I get kicked out. One, and I get the worst penalty that you can get. Trent has kicked himself out of the game, motherfucking the ref as he's walking across the ice. I say, horse shit. Match me up.
equine feces.
Equine feces.
So what does that mean? They kick you out of the game, that game, or
So there's a couple different variations of penalties, right? So like there's 2, it's minor, then you can have a major, and you can have misconduct, which can be 10 to a game. Trent is infamous for getting misconducts, a game misconduct, because he speaks his mind and he never shuts the fuck up.
I also know the rules much better than the referees.
It's also true. And then the most severe penalty is match. When you get a match, you're out until like the board reviews it. They have to review your penalty. So Trent always was infamous for towing that line. There's one story about Trent where he was arguing with the ref, and I don't remember what you were arguing with him about. And the ref said to
That one of the first time I got kicked out.
yeah,
There's a delayed penalty against us. So
the
our
goal.
goalie was out,
yeah,
or their goalie was out, and they put the puck into their own net. So I'm like, that's a goal for us. Should be. The refs say, wave it off. And they say, no, we didn't see who put the puck in the net. I said, if you didn't see who put the puck in the net and that's where the play ended, it's a goal for us. And they got together and they huddled and they said, no, we're not going to give it a goal. It's just delayed penalty. You guys have a penalty. Power play the other team. And I said, that's horse shit. And then they proceeded to score on that power play. And the way our arena is built, the penalty box and scorers area is between the benches. So as the ref comes over to tell the scorekeepers the goal, I lean up over the penalty box and said, that's a 2-goal fucking swing because of your fucking mistake. And he says some stuff back. I say some stuff back.
He said, one more word, coach, and you're out of here.
I said, fuck you. And he says, go.
And he kicked him out.
As I walk off, our captain at the time turns around and says, Coach, fuck you is 2 words. Now is not the time to be doing that, Blake.
But I'm so proud.
I was proud of him. Yeah, so Trent tells refs, fuck you, which we do not recommend, by the way.
And you're like, horse poop. And they're like, you're going to jail, fella.
And mine was a legitimate, mine was more legitimate than that. I will say, a player got checked. Their player went down. It was a clean hit. I will argue that's a clean hit. Do you?
Yeah, the replay we saw looked clean.
Yeah, it was
just
clean.
felt weird.
The player went down, was injured, came off the ice. No penalty on the play. We're turning into a hockey stories, but that's what we know. And no call on the play. After the kid was down for some time, they came over and they're like, hey, we need the number of the guy that hit him. He's going to get a 10. I'm like, you guys didn't call it on the play. And they're like, yeah, we're taking somebody. We need to know the number. And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't see the play. He's like, give me the number. And I'm like, I didn't see the play. He said, well, you can think about it over the period, but when we come back for the third, I need to have a number. I knew who made the hit. I wasn't going to tell him that I knew who made the hit. Come to find out, this kid had just, what did he'd blown his fingers off.
No, he shot himself in the foot.
Oh, shot himself in the foot.
And so he's missing a part of his foot. And this was like his first game back. And a special prosthetic built into his skate that would allow his foot to fit in it right.
Yeah. And so their parents were all pissed because the kid's down there injured. And we're big bullies. But I mean, the hit was clean. It was right up against the board. It wasn't dirty. It wasn't even a hard hit. And at the time, one of our high level kids, one of our kids that were still developing, was the one that made the hit. And they came to the bench and they said, give us the number or we're taking your captain. And I'm like, you can't fucking do that. You didn't see the play, so there's no penalty. None of you saw it, so you can't call the call on us. And they're like, give us a number or we're taking your captain. I was like, whatever. It was whatever number. And I send him to the penalty box and I'm like, that call was horse shit. And he goes, you're out of here. Give me a match penalty. I had to write an apology letter.
Good God.
I had to talk to a board. It was, yeah.
You know, I actually have a question, Trent. Long time ago, you said, when you first started coaching, you said, there's a special pair of boots I want to buy. And they were made out of snake, and they have a snake face on it, so that when you're talking to people, you can put your boot in front of them, and it's just a snake face looking at them.
Yeah, it's literally because when you yell at the refs in hockey, you're standing on the bench, but you put your other foot up on the board. So I wanted
He wanted to use that for
boots
intimidation.
that still had the snake head on the toe with the fangs out. So whenever I got angry, I could throw the snake up in his face.
We had a plan to get...
The best thing I've ever heard.
It wasn't just going to be the boot. It was going to be a full snakeskin suit. He was going to do snakeskin and have this snake on the end of his boot. And I was going to do a full shark skin suit and put a fin on the top of my shoe.
Oh my God. Can I get 10 seasons of that on television? Good God. That's incredible.
I mean, but we'd do fun stuff. For senior nights, we would always dress up. And I mean, like we wore suits and stuff normally to the games, but we would dress up. And anytime we went to Salmon, Idaho, we would have a theme. We did one that was like Top Gun themed. So we had leather jackets and aviators. That's all we wore. What else did we do in Salmon? We did a couple others, didn't we?
Jean jackets.
jean jackets. We did, and that was really cold because it's cold in salmon.
Yeah. The players could only speak in animal noises on the ice at one point.
Yeah, because it's just a fun tournament. It's when we coach, we're really serious coaches. It's all about you're there to do a job, you're there to perform. But we'd go to salmon. That's a fun tournament. We'd let them just go fucking hog wild, and they would do some of the craziest shit. We'd let them do all the celebrations that they wanted to do. So we had one kid that wanted to do a celebration as a whale. So after he scored, he grabbed a water bottle and skated by the bench and like humped his back up and squirted the water bottle. So it looked like it blows out. Yeah, we got lots of good hockey stories.
We never got a misconduct penalty there either, which is surprising.
I don't think they were invited back after our last year though.
Yeah, we weren't coaching. I don't care. We did goalie changes on the fly, which is something you don't see.
You
we would just
never see that. Yeah.
change our goalies mid-action.
Yeah. You never pull your goalie unless like there's a delayed penalty or an open net. We'd wait for the play to get down to the other side of the ice, and then we would put our backup goalie, we'd have him hop the boards, send him in for our other goalie, have that guy come out. And so this is a goalie in goalie gear. You've seen goalie gear.
Goalie, what?
Like hockey goalie gear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we'd have our backup jump the boards, get onto the ice, go to the net, while our other goalie came over and tried to jump the boards on the other side. It's not easy for a goalie.
I wouldn't imagine them just being
No.
stuck.
50 pounds of gear trying to lug it over a 3 foot tall board. All right. Any imparting or any other dad wisdom or dad stories you want to share before we get to our activities today? I'm excited for our activity. I've been waiting for this all day.
It's going to be fun.
Dad wisdom.
What is the best piece of advice that your dad has ever shared with you?
Me and my dad don't talk a whole lot. It's not like a bad relationship. It's just not a very lovey-dovey one. I don't know.
Your dad's a man's man, though.
Hold the flashlight straight, you fucking moron.
Pretty much.
Sorry. It's cold out here, Dad.
Alcohol solves everything.
Trent's dad taught me how to drink whiskey out of a maple syrup bottle.
Yeah, that's another hockey tradition.
It is.
Out of a maple syrup bottle. That's
Well, they don't question a maple syrup bottle when you walk into a public place.
No. They
I'm
would
just drinking this.
No, they would bring it in. Everybody would bring their own mixers. So, like, I'm a Jack and Coke guy, right? So I would bring a Coke in, drink it down, and old Randy would just squirt his syrup bottle in there. And you got a Jack and Coke to watch. They also bet on the kids' games, like high stakes betting.
Back when I was playing, they had bets on everything. They do like quarter bets up in the stands.
High stakes.
But they bet on first penalty, first goal, first assist, first hit, first fight. And then all of the parents in that group would choose a number 1 through 9 or 0 through 9. And every time the clock stopped, whoever number was the last number on the board got the pot for that round. So then after that, everyone put their next quarter in until the next stoppage.
Did Randy ever go up to you, Trent, and go, all right, you're going to have to take a fall this time, buddy.
No, everybody would try to take a
Gotta really sell
Xander
it.
for a penalty because Xander would get a penalty every game.
Safe bet. All right. Well, Trent, I want first off, I want to thank you for being here, man. You know we love you, and it's good to see you. And hope your new dad journey is going well.
It's going. I mean,
and your kid's such a cute little shit too. He really is.
I was excited to be on a podcast. I thought you had to be a 30-year-old divorced mom who wanted to drink wine and talk about true crime.
You know,
so we're going to talk about true crime next.
I'm really glad you brought that up because
baby, can you get us the wine glasses? This beer is just not tasting right. No, we're glad to have you here, and so we're gonna move into our activity for the night. Kevin, this was your idea initially. I want to do the first drink though, because I think it's gonna be fucking delicious.
Absolutely.
But do you want to kind of introduce the premise, and we'll think of a kind of a cool name for it later.
All right, so here's the. I don't know which camera I'm looking at.
Your camera.
This one. So here's the idea. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get. So Troy has a lot of booze. There's a booze cabinet here.
Hey.
Oh.
It's not a lot of. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of booze.
Okay.
All right. Making me
establish
sound
that.
like an alcoholic.
I brought some mixers. Basically, what we're going to do is, without Googling or doing any kind of research, we're just going to try and make each other a drink or a shot, and see what it turns out. And if it's any good, and maybe we'll play this again, after we've honed our skills. But what I want to do is, I know for a fact that at least one of the drinks is going to be really bad, most likely. But I want us to test our mixology skills, and see what we can come up with.
So I got to be honest, I'm cheating a little bit. I did not Google this. I saw this mixture, and I want to try it in a shot.
Banned.
What's that?
Banned. I feel like if you have any prior idea of it, banned.
No. I told Kevin that you would be really upset that I didn't have Midori and Kahlua.
See, but I couldn't make that because that's already a real shot.
There's Kahlua in there.
There is Kahlua. But,
Oh, yeah.
But Trent has created a shot. Do you want to tell us
right.
about the shot you created?
It's called the slip in the pond. Our friend Jared was golfing with us and slipped in a pond.
But tell the full story.
I think it was his first time ever golfing.
First time ever golfing.
And he finally hits a solid shot from like 120 yards out.
Beautiful
hits the green,
shot.
rolls over the back of the green. And unfortunately behind the green is the pond. And he sees his ball like 3 feet and he's like, oh, I can get that.
Can I interrupt you right here real quick? Just for 2 seconds. So when Jared came with us, he brought no balls. No, he was using my old clubs. No golfing supplies whatsoever. So he was really hell-bent on not losing anything because Trent and I were just giving him shit. Like, we'd give him balls, we'd give him tees. Like, Trent knows I'm the worst about tees. I steal his tees every time we're golfing. But Jared had nothing, so we were giving him everything. So ball goes off the back of the green into the water.
He sees his ball like 3 feet out. I was like, I can get that. So he reaches in with his club and he steps just inside the pond, thinking like it'd be below his shoe where he could get in. But it has like a slick tarp thing on the bottom. So as he steps in, he starts sliding. He's sliding deeper and deeper. And he's not in like golf shorts. He's wearing jeans at that point. And he's sliding deeper and deeper. And I like tried to hold this club, but he's still going. And I'm like, I can't help you, man. Throw your wallet and your phone up here. You're going down. So he throws me his phone and his wallet and his club. And he finally stops nipple deep in this pond.
It was the most cinematic, like, I'm not kidding you. It was like
very slow.
For us to have a conversation, like, we can't help you. There's nothing we can do. We're just watching him slide down this tarp real slow.
It's like never-ending story. Like, you got to fight it, Artax. You got to fight the sadness.
Happy thoughts. But he finally stops. We get him a club and pull him back up. And he's just covered in this green mud full of goose shit. Smells awful. And I think we had 3 holes left at that point. We were supposed to play all 18. We're on the front 9 still. And he was just chafing and smelled so bad by the end of that.
So bad.
He called it at 9. We went on to finish the 18, but he left us. But we invented a shot at the clubhouse called the Slip in the Pond.
Yeah.
That is Midori and Kahlua. It's like a chocolate-covered melon, but it looks like goose
Pond
shit
water. Yeah, it looks... All right.
We gotta get Jared on the show.
We'll get Jared on the show.
I figured he's another dad of ours.
He is another dad of ours. So the drink that I am making is going to be vodka, Mountain Dew, and Blue Powerade.
Oh, is it gonna be like Baja Blast?
I'm gonna call it the Baja Blaster.
The Baja Blaster. All right.
All right, so let me get this stuff, and we'll make
All
this
right.
drink. I'm already not happy about this choice.
I don't feel good about it.
Why would you invent this game?
I thought it was gonna be good. But now we got pickles in there, and we got alien pee, and it looks like for mine it just looks like I scraped some dirt into a glass.
I feel like I went nice on you guys, and I feel like you guys are gonna fuck me here.
I feel like you guys both went sweet. I went savory to balance it out.
All right, who's are we doing first? Let's get
We
this
are
going.
100%
We got a savory
doing
shot.
Trent's shot first.
All right, Trent, describe us your shot and tell us why we're gonna regret drinking it.
So, looking through the bottles I had available to me, I saw a pineapple mango vodka, and I said that could be a good base. Makes me think of chicken wings and hot sauce. So I took that. I added a little absolute pepper.
How much is a little bit?
Probably
A splash.
maybe a third of it.
Okay.
I put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there. A little bit of.
Did you put some load in there? 'Cause there's something floating.
I'll get to that.
I got to take a picture of this because you can see it floating in there.
You can, yeah. It's
There
gross.
is some of these famous Dave's Hellfire pickles and a little splash of the juice.
The
And-
juice is just sitting in there. And it
No,
looks
no,
like
that is lemon juiced for a little bit of a citrus kick.
it looks like it looks like load in some water.
And then garnished with the pickle.
You're gonna have to chew it.
I don't want to do this
I'm going to
anymore.
suggest taking the shot and then eating the pickle immediately after.
I don't like the seeds at the bottom.
Honey, are you going to want to eat my pickle?
This is
Yeah, you'll eat my pickle? Okay.
You don't like pickles?
mango pineapple
But not
hot
these
sauce.
All right.
God.
My stomach just did a flip.
This is your guys' idea.
All
Are
right,
we
fuck.
clinking,
Here we
air
go.
clinking?
Air clinking. 1, 2, 3.
I'm not ready. Go out yet.
That's just mango pineapple barbecue sauce.
Ugh.
Surprisingly, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to
I
be.
told you.
I didn't like
Come
it.
get your pickle.
I did not like the.
I don't like it, but it wasn't. I thought it was going to be real bad.
There's a weird savoryness that
You know what that'd go good on?
Huh.
Chicken wings.
I feel like I just drank like spicy semen.
it. Yeah, it's spicy load is what that was.
What the fuck is this?
You guys are soft.
Interesting.
That pickle is spicy.
Yeah.
My mouth is on fire.
Is the pickle gonna taste good? Does it
I think you
taste-
should have ate the pickle right after. To me, it tasted like it could just be a sauce on a chicken wing.
Oh, in all honesty, the shot wasn't bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
are those sweet pickles?
They're
That's why.
hellfire pickles.
That's why.
They're
I was
sweet
expecting them to be
pickles
dill.
with spice on them.
I was expecting them to be dill. So when it was really, really sweet, it was not a good thing in my mouth to happen.
You know, when we play this game, we should play it throughout the podcast so we have time to talk in between and let the belly settle.
Yeah.
Trent, honestly, I told you while we were making the shots, I'm like, please don't fuck me. Please don't fuck me. I am the pickiest eater that you'll ever meet.
I know if it's not spaghetti or pepperoni pizza,
Okay, I go a little bit further than that. But
a McDouble from McDonald's.
I don't need a McDouble. Quarter pounder, bitch.
Sorry.
Royale with cheese.
That was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well
You're
done.
welcome.
I think spicy shots have a good place. I think what got me was that I was not expecting it to be that sweet. I was
Yeah.
because we were talking about how savory it's going to be and it's going to be pickle. I was expecting a dill flavor, but I didn't get that. I got sweet and it made
It
me
was
go,
a mango pineapple base.
that. I didn't hear that part. I went deaf for a minute.
Honestly, the spice wasn't too heavy on it. It wasn't too overpowered by the pickle. It was a good balance. I'm actually fairly impressed that I didn't gag because I saw what you're putting in and I'm like, I'm going to fucking gag.
My next band is going to be called Overpowered by the Pickle.
TM, you're welcome. Royalties.
Thanks.
All right, Troy, let's move on to what you got. What do you got? What's your
Are you
shot?
sure we have a good idea of what mine is going to be or what mine's going to taste like?
Maybe we should do mine first.
You want to do yours
I
first?
think yours is going to be delicious. Mine, not so much.
You're talking about floating loads in mine. Have you looked at yours?
So mine is a Kahlua base with a
Oh, God.
with a crown maple reduction, with a little bit of dirt from outside sprinkled on top. No, it's cinnamon and sugar on top. My goal was to make a breakfasty coffee donut.
You guys remember the donut hole?
Yeah,
You walk in the donut hole?
Yeah.
That's what that smelled like.
maple and coffee
Just boozy.
with booze.
I'm glad you pulled me a full double on this one. Thanks.
Yeah. Switch me. No, God, that one is wider. This one's taller. I don't know what to do.
Nobody ever said
think-
how much.
I think throw up is the right answer.
I got spicy in my mouth a little bit from that pickle, though.
Did everybody cleanse their palate? Everybody take a drink of beer real quick.
That's a good idea. Oh my god.
I can't even like fake it like we're at a bar, like, you know what I mean?
Just throw it behind your
It's on
head.
my couch.
Throw it behind your couch.
Hold on, I have a spicy.
All right. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, that was so much. I mean, it's Kahlua,
I don't know if I've ever drank Kahlua in my life.
and then a weird maple aftertaste.
It's interesting.
Kind of reignited the hot pickle in my
It
mouth.
really did. Right on the tongue there. Yeah.
Something's going on in there. I don't like it.
Yeah, that one's making my tummy bubble a little bit.
It feels like a maple bar that ate flashbang and then pissed in your mouth.
Flashbang being the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Did you ever do flashbang?
Uh-huh.
That fucking is awful. I bet I could hold my own better now with because Trent brought this stuff called flashbang and it's really, really hot. And I bet I could hold myself better now because I went on like this hot sauce thing. My fridge is full of really hot sauces. And now I bet I could handle it better now. But
You want to see?
Do you have it here?
I do believe it's in my
you
car.
don't have it here, do you?
I think it's in my car.
I'm gonna vomit. Maybe when I'm not like getting off of my cold.
I think they'll
So
burn the cold
it's,
right out of
It's
you.
a concentrate, though. It's not a hot sauce. It's a concentrate.
You're supposed to put a drop in some chili,
Yeah, to spicing it up a bit.
half a drop.
Okay. Well, I think my shot's gonna be the palate cleanser, gentlemen.
I hope so.
Um,
Mine was not good.
So
I wouldn't.
I
Oh wait, we should give them numbers. We should rate them.
okay. So Trent's shot out of 10 for me is a 7. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't too spicy. It wasn't too sweet. I agree with you that it was savory. Well done for what you fucking had. I wouldn't drink it as a daily drinker, but if somebody ordered it, I'd probably drink it again. What do you name it?
I think I said something earlier. Mango pineapple hot sauce.
All right.
I'm not a huge. I don't like sweet pickles, so that's. I think that's my problem
Mhm.
with it. So I'm probably gonna give it like a 4.
Okay. All right. Trent, what do you rate your own?
I'm gonna probably give that an 8 out of 10. I think out of the 3 in front of us, the most original.
Yeah.
The most complex.
You had a bunch in here, so yeah.
And I think the most overall balanced so far.
The garnish was a nice touch, though.
I like to class the
Very-
place up a bit.
Yeah. The garnish was a real nice touch. Well done. All right. So, Kevin, what was yours named?
Something like maple donut with dirt in it.
I give yours a 5. It was really, really sweet,
Yeah, it was.
but it reminded me of my breakfasts at the donut hole when I was a kid. And then immediately reminded me of going to the Rialto. So that's why it dropped down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. So 5, not bad. Again, if it was ordered for me, I'd probably drink it.
You wouldn't drink it on purpose.
Not drink
I
it on
wouldn't either.
purpose.
Actually, it's way
Yeah.
too sweet. I don't do well with super sweet. I don't know why I made something super sweet.
All right, rate your own drink.
Oh, if I had to rate it, I would say probably a 5 because I wouldn't want to drink it twice.
Yeah.
So just 1 point higher than the pickle one.
Trent,
5s across the board then. I think it's a little. I'm not a big coffee drinker, and of all of the bourbon flavors, maple is my least favorite. So it was just did not combine well for me in there.
what's that other bourbon that we have in the
Brown sugar.
brown sugar? That might have been good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for next time, I'll come up with a good idea.
This isn't the last episode that we're gonna do. Acipode. This isn't the last episode we're gonna
Pickle's
do.
hitting you.
Okay. So this last one is my shot. It's called the Baja Blaster. So I kind of cheated this challenge because I saw a TikTok of people that saying that if you mix Blue Powerade and Mountain Dew. It's Baja Blast. And I love Baja Blast.
Yeah, me too.
And I just added vodka in there. So not real original. I think it's going to be a good shot, though.
Blaster. All right. Well, cheers,
I
gentlemen.
just burped spicy fucking maple
I'm glad we
donut.
got those other ones out of the way.
This is going to be the easiest one to do, I think. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Well, that's just great.
It's like flat watered down Baja Blast.
That was not bad at all.
I don't want to rate mine first. So can we go in reverse order? Or do you want me to rate mine first?
I will go 6. Not enough Blue Powerade.
Okay.
I said it tastes like flat watered down Baja Blast. If you could put a splash of 7-Up in it next time, give a little pep,
Little
zip in there.
Little zip. Yeah,
I
okay.
think that'll brighten it up quite a bit.
I'd give it a 7.5. I think you could take that and not make it into a shot and make it into a full blown fizzy drink, and it'd be incredible.
So I'm with you. I'm probably 6.57. I don't think that's a shot. That's not a. With shot, you need a little sting, right? You need to know that it was there. I think that's a drink. I think you do the Powerade, the Mountain Dew, the vodka. I think that's it. That's a cocktail that I'm drinking in my early 20s at the fucking toe fist bumping to Jersey Shore music. I don't fucking know, but I think that would be a better cocktail than it would be a shot.
Yeah.
Unless there's a lot more vodka in there.
Yeah, I would like it to be like fizzy,
Mhm.
bubbly, really
Yeah.
bubbly.
I think, yeah, like
Perfect.
Trent, you were saying. 7-Up might change the taste. Maybe a touch of tonic?
Moon Mist, I think, is what you really need.
Moon.
Moon mist? Like Sierra mist?
Sierra Mist is discontinued.
Oh, yeah,
Is
I
it
know.
really?
What the fuck is
Yeah.
that about?
What the fuck happened?
Don't they call it Starry now? It's just-
Starry, yeah, that's the new one.
It's called
Starry.
Starry.
Not Moon Mist. Although you could try Moon Mist. But
Ooh.
Starry is the
Gents,
new
you
lemon
want to
lime
start
soda.
a fucking soda company called Moon Mist?
That is already a soda.
What was the one you just said?
Starry?
No, Starry's the soda. Moon,
Moon
Mist
Mist.
is a soda?
Yeah, that's a Fago.
Oh, really?
Come on.
ICP?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought you would have
Same
known
that.
Clown
that.
Yeah.
Posse.
I'm down with the clown. Don't fuck around.
Did you know
You
that
didn't know Moon
Bobcat
Mist.
Goldthwait is huge among the Juggalo community?
The what?
Bobcat Goldthwait is huge in the Juggalo community.
Really?
Yeah, they have Bobcat Goldthwait come and perform, or they used to back in the '90s. And he told this really funny story on a different show, like a podcast, about how he was in like one of those golf carts and he was being taken to like the stage, and one of the Juggalos whipped a can of Fago at him while he was driving.
Oh, shit.
And this Juggalo goes, I'm hit. And I always think about, every time I think about Juggalos, I think about Bobcat Goldthwait.
That's
Anyway,
crazy.
little side note.
Well, gents, overall, rating a 1 to 10, how did you think the unplanned, ungoogled shots went? 1 through 10, Kevin.
Are we rating all three and
All
giving it
three.
an average rating?
Yeah, the experience.
I would say this experience was probably, I'm going to say 6
Okay.
out of 10. I feel like the next time we do it, we're going to like learn and we're going to have real winners. We're going to be like, oh, you know what? I think I'm not going to put those combinations together. And this next time we're going to be like, fuck, that was good. 8, 9, 8,
Right on.
So,
Trent?
I mean, for us, I'm going to call it an 8 because we got to go on a taste journey, a smell journey. For the viewers, probably like a 5 or a 6. It probably didn't mean a whole lot to them. They're just like, oh, they're drinking weird stuff now.
I'm going to go an 8 as well. I think the viewers enjoy seeing our pain if things are bad. But honestly, those shots, I've had shots in bars that are professionally made that are way worse than what we've drank here tonight. So, not
Do a
bad.
catfish
gents.
coolie.
Catfish Coolie is one of them. Yeah.
my favorite shot is a pancake shot where you take a shot and you take a shot of butterscotch schnapps and you float a little whiskey on top and you drop that in a glass of orange juice and you drink the whole thing. It tastes like a buttered pancake.
My favorite shot's a shot of penicillin after I sleep with Trent.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even need that. I produced my own. Kevin, have you ever done a catfish coulis?
I
feel
have
like,
done. Yes, I
yeah.
have done a catfish coulis. I've done some of the other ones that you've discovered. Wasn't there another one? I seem to remember there was another drink that you were like, oh, there's catfish coulis, and then there's batfish booly or whatever.
I don't remember the second one, but I
was
know
it
the
old-
catfish
I know,
coulis will
but-
hurt a lot.
Wasn't there another drink though that was really brutal and painful, and we all did it anyway?
Probably.
It's probably just called.
Trent's always that guy at the bar, though.
Yeah,
He's always that guy. Let's
the
do a
drink is
shot.
probably like called the Trent, and then you just wake up the next morning next to Trent.
Mhm.
Did you?
That was my younger days.
You remember that
So-
drink? No.
I got at least one more story before we end tonight. So Trent and I were at a band at one point, and the night before our very first show, that like we were playing in front of people, not practicing, Trent decided to go out and get drunk.
It was my birthday. You guys got me drunk.
That is not how we're remembering it.
Details. So anyway, the rest of the band got up, and we had booked a venue. We had to go set up all of our shit. And like 10:30, 11 rolls around. No Trent. Not answering his texts. Not answering his phone calls. Finally, we had everything set up, and we're like, I'm just gonna go fucking get him because he needs to like fucking be here. We need to rehearse. We got a couple other things to do. And I go to his house, and at that time he was living with his buddy Ryan. Ryan, right?
Yep.
And I'm like fucking pounding on the door, and Ryan answers the door in his underwear. And I'm like, hey, is Trent here? He's like, yeah, he's in his room. I'm like, okay, I just kind of push past Ryan, go into Trent's room. Trent is passed out, face down in his underwear on the fucking bed. Slap his ass. Sobeck, get your ass up. We got a show today. Huh? We got to go, dude. We have a show. You need to be to rehearsal. He was fucking out of it. He showered. I sat in his fucking living room like while he showered. He puked in the shower.
Oh yeah, best place to do
you
it.
could just hear.
It was the day after my birthday in my early to mid 20s.
That's the best place to do it. You're
Different
grateful.
time in my life. Yeah.
Like you're like, man, this sucks. I'm puking in the shower, and then you're afterwards. You're like,
That's the best
really
place I
glad
could've
it was
done
in the shower. I didn't want it to be anywhere else but the shower because you can just shuffle it all down the drain.
So it's really chunky.
Just smash those pieces with your toe and like get down there.
There are people that poop in the shower
Gross.
regularly.
I'm not a shower shitter.
I mean, I feel like it's probably better for your colon.
You can position better because we all
Yeah.
poop wrong in
Yeah.
the States.
You get in any position you want in the shower.
Mhm.
You could lay down on
Waffle
your back and
stomp
put
it
your
down.
legs up and pretend you're giving birth.
I prefer just to lean up against the wall and just let it drop.
Just put the sprayer on power.
Yeah. It's the shower bidet. Hey, did I tell you this story about Jess? I got a story about Jess. She was really, really excited to go have apple juice with the writer of A Christmas Carol.
Go on.
I wasn't sure how I felt about a Dickens cider.
Got it. I got it.
Yeah, it's gonna be something about
I got
Dickens.
it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Been workshopping that one for a while. I'm not sure how it hit though. Tell me how it hit.
Oh, I got it. I knew immediately what it meant. You know.
I told her that in the shower the other day because we always do a dad joke on the show, at least one dad joke or pun or something like that. And I was workshopping it in the shower, and she just looked at me like I was, off my
Who are you?
rocker. Yeah, like
You
I don't know
do.
if that qualifies as a dad joke though, because I don't think that's what you can really tell to the kids. Dad joke has to be.
you got
very
one.
kid
You got a
friendly.
dad joke.
It's a highbrow pun.
It's a highbrow pun. You got a dad joke.
I got. Why doesn't a pirate take a shower before he walks the plank?
Why?
Because he'll just wash up on shore later.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one. We'll let that one ride.
Well, there it is. There's the end.
There's the dad joke. Guys, make sure you follow us on our social medias. I'm going to put them on the screen because I still don't know them by heart. Trent, do you want to share anything that you're working on or any social medias?
Parting words of wisdom.
I don't have any
SoundCloud.
social medias for it yet because we're still looking for other members. But in the future, look out for Beefcake Bear to be touring the local area soon.
Beefcake Bear.
I did not know the name of your band.
You told us about this when we were moving him on Saturday.
Oh,
Beefcake Bear. Yeah, so check out Beefcake Bear. Trent, thank you for being a guest on our show. I'll tag his, do you have a Twitter?
I do, but I honestly don't use it, and I don't remember what it is.
Okay. Well, when Beefcake Bear does make its first appearance, I'll make sure to go back in and tag all their stuff in here. But Trent, thank you for being a guest.
Of course.
We appreciate you. Kevin, good to host with you as always. I don't have anything witty to say to end this, do you?
You know what? Always wipe front to back. Or waffle stomp, depending on where you're at.
And John always says, make sure you wipe front to back so you don't get the stinky sack. Is that what it is?
Yes. That is what John said the other day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wipe front to back so you don't get stinky sack.
So under that, wipe front to back so you don't get stinky sack. Have a good night, everybody, or a good day, or whatever you're watching this. And thanks for watching the Drop Dad podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.